Good morning, everybody. It is June the 3rd, 2015, and we have a lot of news this morning that could impact the trading, so we'll have to trade with one eye on the news crawler across the bottom of the screen. So right now the financials are trading like the ADP number will be greater than 200,000. So ADP is 200K. Trade balance minus 44B. PMI services, again, this one will not play, but it is there, and 56.5. ISM services, 57.2. Rich's favorite news report, crude inventories, minus 1.5 million barrels. And the beige book, where the 12 regional Fed banks will report the strength of their economy. And yeah, let's see. Now let's see if we've got somebody else's mic on. I'm getting feedback from that. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you for turning off your mic, whoever that was. So, we're in a situation where they had that one last flush in W period. Quite often that can be the low. I do think we have one sell left in the market this morning. It's going to be news. The ADP number, so we'll probably give it a little bit of room, so we'll say 11 to 15, but it might take a 7 to get in. Again, you just don't know what you've got coming into news, and ADP can rock the markets. This market will trade directionally with the news. If it's bad news, it'll go lower. If it's good news, it'll go higher. With the E-mini, the initial reaction is usually with the news, but follow through buying or selling based on the news is what's always suspect. I think we are pointed a little bit lower, so 29 to 01 by 1, and then 21 to 25 by 2. So we have news to get through. ISM services and ADP are the two the market's main focus this morning. Okay, the knob spread has been clobbered once again, coming in, and it's pointing to higher interest rates coming. Right now the market expects that in September or October. We have this double print down here. This market has been clobbered, so we're going to be a little more aggressive on the buy side just because of the heavy selling that's come to this. So buy 1 will be 5 to 9. Buy 2 will be 25 to 29. On the sell side, 19 to 23. Then we're going to jump it up to 31 to 03. Okay, gold and crude were off as the dollar was up. You know, every other day the dollar's up or down, and that's the way the market plays it, and that starts in London. So gold got whacked. Overnight is off a bit. We had hoped to sell yesterday the 95, 97 area. It stopped at 95, just above 95 in Asia, so we caught that. We had a 88 to 90 buy. We caught the edge of that, and here we are at 92. So 95, 97, sell one. 99.01, sell two. We'll just leave the numbers as they are. 85, 87, buy one. And then 80, 82, buy two. That's where support and resistance currently are. So that's what the market is telling us. And the S2 and B2 levels should be pretty solid. Okay, the Greek deal supposedly today. Greece and the EU have their final meeting to finalize whatever the deal happens to be. And I don't know what it is. It's supposed to impose onerous reforms on Greece. So we have our 111, 111.10 area buy one. And then our 1075 buy two, not too different from where they were last night. On the sell side, London capped it at 69. So 45 to 55, sell one. And then 75 to 85, sell two. And this market will be subject to news spikes. The European Central Bank meets today and will have their press conference, which can also swing this market. So we have to be fairly cautious. Do not trade this market without protective stops, and if you get hit, you won't like your fill. One thing people don't appreciate about the currency markets is that they're very, very liquid in a very tiny range. You break that range, it moves to the next trading range. There is no liquidity. And when you break that range, if you stop, you will not like your fill. But it's a very lucrative contract, especially if you can trade London time, where the market is made and set. And if you catch the trade early, it's pretty easy. You can trend. You can see in London the high was set at 60. Traded down to 0.70. That's a half a point right there. That's $500 a position if you could have hung in and traded it pretty well, close to perfection. Okay, crude is lower. OPEC is meeting in Vienna. They have not come out with any language to indicate that they might cut or change. So the current policy is expected to be left the same, with the official quota at 30 million barrels per day, with OPEC members fighting for market share. And Saudi Arabia always wins that fight, but at great economic cost. When OPEC fights for market share, the bottom falls out of the market, and that's what has happened over the past, I guess year. Didn't we peak last June? I think in 114, 110, 114 range. So we have buyers. We're pointed lower, so we'll make maybe stops beneath the overnight session low. So buy one, 59.50, and buy two, 59 plus or minus. On the sell side, the spill came from 60.50, so 60.50, 60.75, sell one, 61, 61 and a quarter, sell two. And I think the easier way to trade it would be lower because of what's going on in Vienna. Okay, the ES is going to be hard to play today. If the ADP number and ISM services number come in as forecast, the economy is still maintaining and showing growth. Therefore, the Fed can raise interest rates sooner rather than later. Right now, September is the month. To quickly review the numbers, ADP 200K. Trade balance minus 44. B. PMI services 56.5. ISM 57.2. Crude minus 1.5 million barrels. And then beige book. And I imagine Dallas would have the worst performance out there. So again, is the E-mini rallying in consort with Hong Kong and Europe and the UK? Which are up? Is the E-mini rallying in anticipation of a lower than forecast ADP number? Bad news is good news for the E-mini. The number comes in higher than 200K and the ISM services number greater than 57.2, then we would expect to see this market sell. So 19 to 21, sell 1, 24, 26, sell 2. On the buy side, the breakout came from 14. We're at 17 right now, so we'll make 10, 12 buy 1. And then 5, 7 by 2. And we'll be back on the ADP news. We'll pick it up from there. The European Central Bank will talk at, I believe they pick up the mic at 8:30 Eastern for their press conference. No change is expected. Okay, I'm going to get busy on stuff on my end. Apologize for the any meeting room. As soon as Chris awakens, gets into the room, we'll see if I can figure out how to not have to go through this hurdle again later.